Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I'll be there on March 6th. The Pablo Center at the Confluence. Stop pranking me with these venues. Also, I was just in Austin, Texas. I had such a good time. It was so fun. Although it is really interesting to see what's going on with cities. Look, the pandemic's been over for 1,000 years. I realize this, but I think that when there was all that downtime to like refurbish the cities or like for there to be a lot of change to happen, I think everyone realized like, yeah, like put some tables and chairs outside. There was like all this time to think. You know how sometimes you're like, wait a minute, like you start redecorating and you're like, I could do that again if I want. Like people, I think the pandemic are so bored that every time I go back to the same city, even if it's in with like 6 months, it's so much different stuff. There's new murals. Maybe because all the jobs are going away and people are like, I better learn to paint. I don't know what's happening, or everyone's an influencer now. So every city is a set. Every time I go back to a city, I don't find them like more like depressing. And we're in this sort of, what was the movie, Children of Men, where it was all like gray. It's like everything just gets like brighter and, you know, more taco standier, I feel like. And I was in Austin and look, I don't know how to say this. I say this really just as a scientist first and foremost. There is like a new species of like human that's evolving on 6th Street in Austin. Austin is the bottom of the ocean that we've never explored. Like there, I saw a centaur person. I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm like not trying to be funny. I saw like one wooden leg with like a cowboy hat that was like on their phone. Like, like the Austin, I don't know what is going on in Austin, Texas, but it is, there's like just, remember the second Wizard of Oz with the on the wheels, their feet were wheels. Yeah. That's fully that's a fully functioning society there. I mean, 6th Street is wild.
It's hard to know where the homelessness ends and the line for Kill Tony begins.
It's so true. That, you know what? That is a really big part of it, isn't it? Minnesota, March 7th. I'm going to be in Rochester. Is it Minnesota a little wild right now?
Yeah, they're getting a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of clicks.
You're a native Minnesotan, right?
Yeah.
Minnesotan?
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Yeah. Did you put your kids in any of those?
Any of the daycares out there?
No.
I don't know. I've heard things.
Yeah.
I've heard, yeah. A lot of
Do you
reviews,
know anyone?
A lot of yelping about the daycares.
Oh, did they have Yelps?
I mean, I'm sure people are all over Yelp. I could look into it, but I would imagine the Yelp traffic on.
I guess my bigger question is, so like each of these fake daycares would get like $1.5 million from the government. Is that how much a daycare gets?
I think the real compounded problem is some daycare organizations were having one address and saying that there's 11 daycares being run out of a situation.
This is why they get away with it, because no one has the attention span if you just get a racket that is so boring that no one's going to look into it.
Yeah, what you're looking into what?
I know. It's also, okay, creep. Like if this guy had not found $1 billion of fraud, he would have been a creep. If it was 100 million, you'd be like, well, what are you doing over there?
Well,
why are you at a daycare?
I saw that video like an hour after it came out. And the first thing that came across was anybody who goes up to a legitimate daycare shouldn't be allowed or shouldn't be able to get pictures of kids.
Yeah.
Like,
did he?
Well, no, he was using the point as like, I'm here and I don't see any kids.
Good point.
And it's like, you shouldn't be able to.
As soon as a dude in a hoodie rolls up with a camera, we hide the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not available for photographs.
When I was in Atlanta, this is something that was so fascinating to me because there was a school right by where we were filming, but it looked like a citadel or something. Like it looked like it was just like this. And I was like, what is going on at that school? And then I was like, awesome things. At first I'm like, God, it's like a prison in there. I'm like, yeah. The playground should just be a giant black box.
Yeah.
That is that's 700 feet under the ocean.
Yeah, no wandering into the thing.
He's like, I went to this daycare and they wouldn't let me see the kids.
Yeah, I just wanted the evidence.
But I guess that is most daycare. Is you just like, it's like, what is it like a pet care where you walk by and you see the dogs playing in the window?
In Minnesota, there's little reason to have like a big outdoor play area for little kids because the weather's so up and down and crazy that
got it. Yeah.
they're not really going to spend a lot of time outside.
Mm-hmm.
In California, like if you go to a daycare or you drop your kids off or whatever, you might hear kids playing in the area because
They're
they're
auditioning.
outside.
They're putting themselves
They're
on
out there.
tape.
They're like, I live in Woodland Hills and I can work locally.
Union. And check out my tap dancing. Sacramento, March 13th. I'm going to be in Sacramento. I cannot wait. Santa Rosa, California. I'm going to be in St. Louis, Missouri, March 19th. Royal Oak, Michigan. Let's go. On March 20th, Omaha, Nebraska. March 27th, Des Moines, Iowa, the 28th. All right, Philly. I'm going to be there April 3rd at the Miller Theater. This is rescheduled. Go Birds, but also being a Birds fan, excuse me, I burped. My body's just like rejecting even talking about it. It's just like, I gotta tell you, like, I know you hate us and we don't care, but like, I do not wish this on my worst enemy. Maybe I'm gonna be like a Cowboys fan just for like a year. What's wrong with that? Don't people go like poly for a year? Can't you do something kind of out of character for like a year? You know how like Ari Shaffir goes to like Burma for like 6 months with no phone? Can't I just be a fan of another team for like a year?
There's a bridge across the highway, and the last 3 times I've gone up and down the highway,
There were Eagles fans jumping off of it.
there are Rams fans in Rams jerseys. Just go Rams
Go Rams.
all day long, many days, 3 times this week. Go Rams.
This is LA. They were talking
This
about
is-
the actual sheeps, though.
This is parents and their kids standing on the bridge just saying go Rams.
What does that mean? The fentanyl is
Where
in the
do
water?
you find the time to do that?
Go Rams. That is it. There's something up here. There's something up. Take a picture next time. Especially of those kids. I smell a scheme.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it on camera.
You know what I'm going to say? I have a son, so you have daughters. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like, if he could very easily be like, we have to go hold up a sign and support the Rams. And I'd have to be like, okay.
All day,
Yeah.
all week.
And you're a boy. And if I cannot, if my child is a serial killer, I swear to God, like all women here is that like every serial killer, their mom did this, their mom lied about this, their mom was actually their sister was actually their aunt. Like, I'm just like, how do I get you to not end up on My Favorite Murder? What do I do?
I don't know if the bridge thing's going to help them.
Take me to the place I love. Thank you for bringing that up. I haven't talked about Anthony Kiedis in a while and his child bride, have I? Allegedly. Anthony Kiedis, what's up? Still with your girl who's 47 years younger than you? Fact check it. Actually, don't. Even if it's not, that's what it is. Oklahoma City, I'll be there May 8th. I'm going to need you guys to show up at Fayetteville, Arkansas, May 9th to pay my legal fees against the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Miami, Florida, I'll be there November 19th to November 23rd. I went to see Bert's show. I went to see Bert's Netflix show. It was like, here's the problem, is that when I'm being sincere, I sound sarcastic. And I'm just going to try to say this sincerely. It was great. Did that work?
Yeah.
Like, it was great. See?
I believed it.
Now, it's like, you know when someone gives you a gift you really like, and you're like, no, I like love this. And you're like, well, I normally don't like anything, but
the gift receipts in the box.
Well, this is also like, I have no practice with like liking a show. So I'm just like, it's actually like, first of all, it was made by my ex-boyfriend, which is hilarious. My first boyfriend in LA. It pains me to say this. No, it's so funny. And there's something really traditional about it. And I think that we're all like craving missionary again. Things have gone so extreme that now missionary is like the kinkiest thing you can do. Like things have been it's just funny. It's just great. It's just like hilarious. Even the kid's funny. And it's very rare that I'll say that.
Okay.
The daughter is really funny. And I'm the person that's like, is the child funny? The child's funny. The child's a good actor.
Okay.
Rolling in the aisles at the child who said a sarcastic comment. But she's actually really funny.
Oh, good.
I was shocked. So anyway, I stop goofing off, Pat. This is we're going to war against Europe. Okay?
Only Europe?
Listen, listen. Hey, stop being a big goober over there. All right? America has taken over Venezuela. It says under Donald Trump's name on Wikipedia, it says President of Venezuela, by the way. right now. I don't know if they've taken it down, but we may be invading Iran, and we are clearly bulldozing into World War III. But more importantly, let's just get to something a little more serious. Just real quick, let me just get this out of the way. How fun was it back in 2016? Were we so cute? We were so cute in 2016. Let's talk about it. What is this trend? We're out of nowhere. We're all like posting photos of ourselves from 2016. What can we all just choose the year that we peaked? Can we choose what year? Like, what guy who founded a company in 2016 wants an excuse to post photos of him on top of a rock with his Victoria's Secret model wife before she got pregnant and let herself go and started like a cricket protein brand? It's like pulling out a photo album at dinner and making me sit and look through your photo album. I have two theories about this. Okay, my first theory is that nostalgia is starting to be the only drug stronger than rage. Like, it seems like we're all going a little numb to rage bait, right? Or at least like our tolerance is just so high that to get someone angry, you literally have to show them like an AI baby Nick Fuentes dressed like an ICE agent detaining Kanye West in his like Grand Wizard Balenciaga Yeezy skirt or something. But nostalgia, that's what stops me from scrolling. I'm like, war, blah, snore. And then I'm like, it's a meme that's like, you're this old if you remember this. And it's like the Nintendo Duck Hunt gun. And I'm like, huh? Oh, I remember that. Like, I remember that was taken. Dude, I had the Duck Hunt, the orange, and it got taken from me at the airport when I was like 8 years old. And
it was a gun.
Yes. And I'm like, I have so many questions. Like, I forgot about that memory, that weird repetition. Like, first of all, why was that a toy? Why was I traveling with it? Like, that's my childhood in a nutshell. Me, like at TSA with like an orange gun. There's a lot of nostalgia toy core in my algorithm. And when I go and look at it, it's like 700,000 likes in an hour. I think people are like latching on to super dangerous parts of their childhood as twee. They're like, remember lawn darts when we almost died? Like, that's how bad it's gotten, is as long as it was something horrible that happened a while ago, it's a warm, cozy hug. Big Mom got me hard for a while. Now it's like big nostalgia, big memories or something. Like, I'll just see a Popple, remember? Tamagotchi, Cabbage Patch Kid, and I'm like in this wormhole. I'm like, why were all of our toys when we were kids like Gremlins? Cabbage? Like, it's remember the troll dolls? A thing came up on those, and then you're like, this is so nostalgic until you're like, why are they naked? Nostalgia's not even fun anymore because you have to go like, oh my God. And then you're like, oh no. Why? Winnie the Pooh. Can we just put pants on him? I don't know how many times I have to say this. You got to put pants on him. Although once you're potty training like a kid, it is nice to go like, let's do Pooh Bear, and the pants are off, but then you're like, I don't want someone to be like, hey, do you like Pooh Bear? And he's like, it's just put the pants on the bear. I don't know what to tell you. That's like how they took the Native American girl from Land O'Lakes. They changed it. It's not that hard to change something. Change the books. Which, by the way, I Googled that because I didn't want to get it wrong. Did you know in the Land O'Lakes butter thing, did you know she was on her knees, like holding it like this? I Googled it. First of all, it said she's a Native American maiden. And then I had to Google maiden. I don't even know what maiden means. It means unmarried woman. First of all, way to kick her while she's down.
When I'm buying butter,
yeah, it's just like,
I like to know if she's single.
Yeah. Does she have an old man at home? Like, it was just what a weird.
If I buy this butter,
I know.
Is some guy going to show up at my place with an axe?
That's so mean to be like, look at this Indian maiden. You called her a maiden? It's just, I love that. Like, was it so hard to sell butter back then? Like, they're like, we got to figure out a way to get these. Like, why are you using sex to sell? I mean, I love the guys like, ooh, exotic. If you can't sell butter, your butter sucks. Quit, close, do another thing. You know when you see someone advertising so hard for something, you're like, do another thing. You can't not sell it. Like, if you need like a Native American, like a thought maiden, like buttering you, it's just like, you lost.
The butter churning process is rather erotic to begin with.
If you just have a woman holding a butter churn stick.
Maybe that's what they had initially, and then they'd be like, she can't just be churning butter.
Let's just have a Native American on her knees like, Like, I mean, that's less horrifying. But it just makes you think like, I just feel like we spend so much time with people going like, this is the craziest it's ever been. We've always been like conniving, desperate monsters selling snake oil. Like when pop-up ads just follow me around the internet for 4 weeks. It's like the equivalent of that. I've just been like, I put one shirt in my cart. I said, and I walked away. Like, can we just move on? Why do you need closure? I'm not going to change my mind. I came to my senses. You don't have to follow me around the internet for 6 months. I don't buy new clothes. I truly can't buy new clothes. There's something like, what is that? It's like the clothing version of being into older men.
Nobody's tried this on?
Yeah, like I'm just like, it's a virgin shirt. Like, ugh, like I feel gross. If it's from a gas station, I'll usually settle for it being like brand new-ish, but it has to have like animals running away from purple lightning.
Definitely handled
Yeah,
by a lot of strangers.
Gently used. Gently used. Oh, do you hear those bubbles? Oh, booble. Thank God Olipop came along and made it so we could still be kids forever. Olipop is a new kind of soda that combines the classic soda taste with functional ingredients in their blend. It supports digestive health instead of ruining your body. It's a soda that grew up, went to therapy, came back with high fiber and low sugar. And right now they have a new limited edition flavor, the Shirley Temple. Olipop Shirley Temple is like the classic Shirley Temples you remember, brighter, bolder, and made with real ingredients. You can actually feel good about. They're releasing it just in time for dry January because you're a drunk. Because you got a problem, okay? The Shirley Temple is the original mocktail that made not drinking fun. So if you're skipping school, if you just want something festive and bubbly that still supports digestive health with real ingredients, less sugar, this flavor is for you. Get a free can of Olipop. Buy any 2 cans of Olipop in the store. We'll pay you back for 1. Works for any flavor, any retailer. Visit drinkolipop.com. Olipop is sold online, drinkolipop.com plus Amazon, and available in the soda aisle with chilled beverages, also in the nationwide. With Walmart and Target too. I'm just going to say it. I love TikTok for so many reasons. Come for me. I don't care. I love it. It's going to the mall. And the new thing I like to do is find artists on TikTok that are making like cool like AI stuff or just like cool stuff and DMing them and being like, hi, can I hire you to make something like a tour announcement or something? They always say, send me a Cash App. So I'm obsessed with Cash App. I do use it for everything, just day to day, keeping my money organized. They've added something that is really smart and safe because a lot of these things are kind of sketchy. Cash App just released a new status program for the way that people actually spend. It's called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App app or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every day, Friday, at places you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today and visit cashapp.com/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CASHAPP10, CASHAPP10 in their profile at sign up. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage. Borrow with cashback offers and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit /legal/podcast for full disclosures. A new year always makes me ask those annoying, honest questions like, how do I actually take better care of myself this year? What would make me feel lighter and less anxious every day, not just for 1 week in January? For a lot of us, the answer is therapy. But the second you try to find someone who takes your insurance, it gets confusing and expensive and you just give up. And you're like, I have trouble with conflict. How am I supposed to get past this debacle? Rula is a healthcare company that helps you actually use your insurance to get quality mental healthcare. They work with more than 100 insurance plans, so Rula's patients typically pay around $15 per session when using insurance. Depending on your benefits, your cost could even be lower. Take your goals, your background, and your preferences and use that to create a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who actually fit what you want to work on, not just whatever is available next. There are no wait lists and no endless searching. You can often find someone who's accepting new clients as soon as tomorrow. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. You need it. This year, make one change that you can actually stick with. Visit Rula.com/Whitney to get started. RULA.com/Whitney. Mental health care that's actually built to last. If you've been telling yourself, I'll find a therapist for years now, this is the year you actually do it. Visit Rula.com/Whitney to get started. That's Rula, RULA.com/Whitney. Mental health care that's actually built to last. Which reminds me, last night I was at the Comedy Store. There were this group of dudes from India, and they were Indian, and they worked in tech. Not obviously. And I was like, what do you guys do? And they do ads that follow you around. And I was like, and they were explaining like how it gets your data and how it follows you and whatever. And most people do cave eventually. Most people do just go like, fine, I'll get the shirt. Or they'll go like, my interpretation is they go like, you know what? It's meant to be. Like, I should get that. It's karma. It's, serendipity. The shirt again. I've seen it 3 times. This means it's meant to be. Like, if you're like a shopping addict, you'll take anything. It's fate. It's fate. And I said to the guys, I was like, okay, so you're just doing that. I was like, so like as someone that makes, these ads, like what's something that, because of how much you know about the internet, what's something that you yourself would never do on the internet? He's like, never click on an ad. He's like, ever. And I was like, well, then what if I want to buy it? He's like, go Google it separately.
Mhm.
So if you see an ad for something,
Yeah.
Pat's hat, don't click and buy it there. Go LA Dodgers hat separately.
Yeah, it's a separate world you're entering altogether on the internet.
Yeah. He's like, do not under any circumstances click on an ad as someone who makes them. So the 2016 trend, there's something up here, and I'm going to find it. I have to find it. So this is the trend on social media. Everyone is posting these paintings, out of focus photos. It's like hipstamatic. Everyone's in like Nashville filter. It is kind of nice to not see beauty filters though, seeing like bad mascara and like bad lip liner and like no one's face foundation matches their neck. Like it's like before like, we had the filters just blend everything for us. It's like, it's funny. It's definitely funny to see like everyone out in the club, like in tube tops and in bando, like Harambe just got shot and they're like, what are we? There was a lot of celebrating in 2016. And like, if you were just to look at the time capsule of what we're posting, it would look like it was the best. Is this Trump? Because this is when he won, him going, this was 2016. This is like a data collection thing. Like, remember when face swap, they were like, let's swap each other's faces. And it's like so funny. And then you're like, ow, you got me right where you want me. Or the woman, it's like, see what you look like old. It's like, I don't need okay. First of all.
Everybody's mailing in their spit.
Yeah.
You should too. It'll be fun.
Remember when it turned into, oh, you're some paranoid weirdo who's not going to gag into a tube?
You're missing out on the fun.
Yeah. Like, okay, so you're just not going to know which celebrity you're related to? Okay. Weird Luddite. They're already using this face swap stuff, right? To trick people into like sending money and stuff, that was happening before. You could have done that over the phone too. I actually think that it's way easier probably to do it over the phone. Like I remember one time when you first like become an adult, at 35, and I got this email. This is when emails, if it said like apple.com.net or like, if it was like support@apple.net, you'd be like, and it would be like, there's a breach on your account and we're just trying to make sure that your account's secure. I was at a Whole Foods because they have free Wi-Fi. And I went and when I was 2.5 hours on the phone with these, giving them my credit card, they're like, we just need to confirm your routing number of your, I'm like, look, I find a check. I'm like, here's my routing number. Okay. And they're like, we're just confirming that no one has stole money from your account. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like giving them everything.
They're going to hang your picture on the office of the scam call center.
This is how much of like a bleeding heart. If the person had just gone like, hey, you don't know me, but like, I need $1,000. I'd be like, got it. I've been there, man. I have 2,000. Here's half. Pay me back. He's like, sure. I'm like, got it. Okay. So 2016, I'm like, okay, why this year of all years? Okay. This is when Trump was elected. Is he trying to like is it like funny to him that like liberals like scroll through all of their selfies with the I voted sticker just to remind that like there's something up. I Googled it and the internet said it was also it was like thought of as like the year that we started seeing fake news. I don't know why that was in my, they were like, this was, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because people are like, well, this was the end because Russia was hacking. And then all of a sudden, 2016, because of the election, this is when everything was fake. This was the last year of like real news and truth and reality. Guys, news, it's never been real. Sorry. Even if it was real, whatever they reported was fake. Like, I'm just, name one thing we've ever learned in the news that happened.
Debatable.
You can't catch something happening because catching it affects the event, right? It's like the Heisenberg principle, right? Uncertainty principle. It's like the marching. We're protesting, we're marching. Is there going to be news outlets? Then I'll march. But then how does the news outlet know to go? And if the news outlet doesn't go, did it happen, right? See, once you've worked in scam charities, you can never go back. So there's some animal charities that I work with that aren't scams, actually. We like would do these like press events, like dog rescue stuff, right? Where you call press, wire image, and photographers to come, like cover, celebrities come so that we can like, raise awareness. And this is back when you like think that you're like using your platform like moves the needle instead of just makes Reddit hate you. I work with the Beagle Freedom Project, which takes these beetles that are beetles. I rescue beetles, guys. No one would be shocked.
It's just Paul and Ringo at this point.
So beagles are the most tested on animal in labs, are the most tested on dog because they're the most forgiving. I know. Can't. You think I'm sniffling normally. And so we, get them out of the labs, rescue them, and they've never been on grass before, and they film them going on grass for the first time. And they pretty much just walk in the same circle that they did in their cage because they've never had space. It's just like amazing a moment. And, you invite press to catch it, right? Because, you got to post the photos for it. Just stop the thing. We're going to do the rescue, and then you take the photos, you cover it, and you guys take it from here. When I reveal an injustice on camera, I'm like, so it's fixed. The law is changed, right? Someone got that. I did my part. Like, you guys got the photo of the abused dog? What do you mean? I thought, wasn't that the modern day equivalent of the napalm girl in Vietnam that just stopped the war? I did my part. Can you run with the animal people aren't people. I don't know how to contact my senator. I don't know how to write a bill. I don't know. I raised awareness. Can you please do the dorky part?
And I'll get back to the dogs.
I'm too busy trying to sew my ear back on my head. So, you everyday Americans who have so much time on your hands between your 3 jobs and screaming curse words at the sky, can you handle the beagle problem for me? So like that is a lot of trying to, there's like nothing gets done. If it doesn't get covered, it doesn't get seen. And if it happens without the coverage, it doesn't exist. So nothing happened if it wasn't documented. And the process of documenting something influences how and if it happens. That's the jam we're in. And you can't trust anyone's account of anything because they always leave the part out of what they did. You know what I mean? It's like when you see someone filming something awful, you're like, you just stood there? They always like, look what I got. You're like, you just stood there? The act of telling someone anything worth hearing inherently doesn't add up because the person telling you, they didn't say what they did. You know what I mean? So it's like, you think that what you're all I care about is why you have the information in the first place. When someone's like, yeah, this, she said this about you and she said this about you. And then she said this. It's like, well, why did she feel so comfortable telling you that? And how did she get to the second and the third and the fourth thing? Why did she keep talking then?
So then she had my attention.
So then she also said this, and I'll find out more for you when I hang out with her tomorrow. It's like, wait, what? I've always been weird about just any information. Like, it's just like whenever someone comes to you with any, they always have to make themselves the hero in any story. A journalist is already doing that by nature, going like, I'm a journalist. I'm the person who gets the truth. Like, that's my thing, And if anyone else did any of the stuff that you're doing, it'd be stalking, it'd be obsessive, it'd be creepy, it'd be whatever. Fine. But remember like how for a while there, every couple months, like a new person killed Osama bin Laden. Remember? It's like, okay. But we're not like allowed to say anything because like we're there. You are a hero. But like, it's this, okay. Like we entered into that. We're like, yeah. I mean, if someone said I shot bin Laden, I feel like many did that. I'm sure after they shot him, they all shot him.
We got him.
We all shot him. They're like, everyone's like, no, he was still twitching. Like, sorry. Like, I think mine's the one that really put him out. You know what I mean?
You would have left him alive.
Yeah, you, which is a way better way. Like, why did you do that so fast? Like, we still need to get some information out of him. Like, well, I didn't want you to do it first.
We were going to talk to him.
It looked like you cocked that pretty hard, but I had to threaten him.
I killed him, and they're mad at me for it.
I love the idea of them turning on each other. And Osama bin Laden being like, do you guys need a minute? I just all at the same time. Ready? What?
They have like a Mexican standoff with each other to figure out who gets to kill that guy.
If you shoot him first, I will kill you. They're holding guns to each other, like, nah. I don't know. It's like the news is just, I think this was maybe the year that less skeptical people, had to just accept that like journalists and news is like medicine, it's like doctors. It's like the day that you realize it's a practice. And we're patients. They're practicing. It's our job to be a patient. And you're like, oh, they have it right there in the name. I thought it was the championships. I just remember as a early teenager, maybe late kid, getting newspapers. And it was like, this happened yesterday. I'm like, so you'd read about something that happened the next day with no internet. Like, how did you guys even get into this information? From 9 to 4, everything's closed. Sorry, you had to print it at 4. I was always like, when does this print? Wait, this happened yesterday? So but everything closes at 10.
You're talking about pre-internet.
Yeah. You would get a story that was like, this happened yesterday. And you're like, but everything closes at 9.
Printed newspapers, the metropolitan newspapers, they do 2 runs. They'd print one at 3 or 4 in the morning, and then they print an afternoon edition with the corrections that came out during the day.
But went to the hospital in the middle of the night? What's the rush to get me this news that I didn't know happened? And how about you get me this news without harassing the mom of the victim in the middle of the night?
If they heard anything, the little light bulb went off, and they're like, what a scoop. And then they'd go
back when they got paid. But that's when you're like, well, what kind of person? What kind of person signs up to? What kind of person is like, yeah, I get to like go to the hospital and like ambush someone at their house at 2 a.m? Like that's what so I can get the scoop. I'm going to get the dirt.
Yeah. And then their competition from the other papers hanging around the ER.
I mean, it's SNL for journalists. You don't have to do it at midnight. On a Saturday. You can do it when moms can be there.
They're not going to get the scoop.
Look, I'm an in the weeds person. You know this about me. I live in the weeds, and you know this. And do we know Kim Porter's cause of death? Still. It's changed a couple times. So even when we do have real news, guys, we have to know the history of the news and how we got here. You have to know so many newses for one story. You're like this. Well, remember what it used to be. I remember what it was before. News evolves, which means it was never just. So my thing with news now is I'm like, oh, this is happening. Can you just fill me in a couple months when you're at the
Minnesota thing? They are taking action like on the streets about a story that hasn't been litigated for a second. Nobody's gone to court. No evidence has been provided on any of it at all.
Does someone have to sue them?
Well, the federal government is going to do an investigation to find out where did any money go that it wasn't allocated correctly.
Yeah.
But nobody's been to court. Nobody's filed charges. None of this.
Yeah.
So there's no actual measurable reality going on other than, hey, I've got an idea that anybody could latch onto and argue it.
Well, also, I love the things that shut us down as well. Like, what makes you care about an issue? Like, does it have to be solvable, unsolvable, or what? As soon as they went, it was $1 billion. I'm like, I'm out. Cartoon. That's a cartoon amount of money. I can't fathom it. So I can't participate in this. Like, I think you need someone who understands like how zeros work a little better, because once it's a billion, like that's above my pay grade. Like I can't understand it. And also at that point, they're in the right at this point. Because what's going on with you guys that it got to this? You know what I mean? I kind of go like, this is so convoluted and tangled because that doesn't happen by accident. 3-4 million bucks could have fallen through the cracks. Once it's a billion, it's like, oh, this is like people were in on this.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. The idea is that the investigation will hopefully lead to like a system-wide issue that's actually going on across the whole country.
Yeah.
And not just there. Like that happened to be a thing that sparked the idea. Like the hunch is the story. It's not
right. Yeah, of
evidence.
course. Yeah, but you do that all day long. You know what I mean? It's like I walk down the street, I'm like money laundering, mattress store. Oh, okay. Like you're just like nothing's what it is.
But you wouldn't believe it if they tried to prove it wasn't.
I don't have time. I can't. That's on you. I raised awareness.
You're
it's on
the
you
next
now.
scoop.
Anyway, so 2016, do you think this is, you're always in my head when I go like the innocent thing is always something else. Why are we all posting 2016 photos? Gun to your head.
I think it's a generation on social media that is having their final throes.
Because what is 2016 to that? Oh, because
10 years ago.
So
they're having their final throes of their 20s, and they're like, oh, I'm still young. Look at only 10 years ago I was but a boy.
So it's just so they can say 10 years ago, because 9 years ago is weird. Yeah. It's
hey guys, 11 years ago.
We're such dorks. We are such dorks. Like it is weird when someone's like, do you want to come to my 39th birthday party? Everyone's like, I'm like, I gotta post the 2016 photos everyone's doing. I gotta not, And then I had to go through all these photos of me from 2016. I'm like, I don't need this. Some of us didn't have a great 2016. Some of us had to go through photos of us with men who had, wore a rope as a belt, who needed to make time to go work on themselves, who produced movies that never came out, but for some reason still had to go to Miami twice a month. I don't need to relive that. I don't need to relive a stroll down memory lane. This is where AI can really come in handy. Like, hey, is this going to be nostalgic or mentally crippling to participate in this trend? It's just whenever something happens the same time of some wild invasion or something, it's like, You know what, though? I do picture a lot of people like, oh my God, look at my 2016, like anything to not have to learn how to spell Venezuela. It is funny. The more serious things get, the more unserious we all get. It's like life is over, la bobo land. It is kind of interesting how we're in these polls of like extremely serious, life-threatening revolution, like horrendous videos, and then just like la bobo lady. But I don't talk about international politics. I should. But the Venezuela thing is like half my friends being like, it's for America to get the oil. And you're like, do you even know what you're saying? Like what parent at a pet store?
This is the first time that the government has explicitly said exactly why they did it.
Now it's when you do see something real or someone just saying something like, that's AI. They're telling the truth.
They'll
that
never
can't be real.
believe that I said that.
Look, in terms of America, why do they have to intervene everywhere? I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate on that if you're one of those people, which is like, we have a pretty even track record, right? For every World War II, there's a Cuba. For every South Korea, there's an Iraq, right? For every Vietnam, there's an Afghanistan. Like, right? We're batting like 50-50 for intervening, right? I'm not going to say what I think is going to happen because I never feel like I have enough information to do so. But I do feel like when crazy people are in power, and Maduro's this dude's nuts. I'm big on non-intervention until there's a bully that can only be handled with a bigger bully. You know what I mean? I'm into bullying the bully. Like, I think we are so delusional about how much evil there is in the world. Okay. Sometimes you got to fight big evil with like a little evil. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been on a plane and had someone answer a FaceTime. I have. And everyone looks around like, this guy, who's gonna, is someone to say something? I'm like, this is where I shine. I have a very specific set of skills that I've accumulated over a very weird career and terrible childhood. And I would love nothing more than if it's actually just to go in and handle this. Like when there's a woman on the flight who pulls out a perfume bottle and is about to spray, I'm like, yeah, like I get to go in and handle. Some people get migraines, baby girl. Grab some baby wipes, wipe the crevices in the bathroom, and then you can do the perfume at baggage claim. Okay. But also this guy had to, I mean, if America didn't go in and extract this dude, him and his wife, frankly, would have been torn apart. Like this is maybe the most dignified version of how this guy was going to go, right? I mean, they let him change clothes 4 times. By the end, he's in like James Purse, like he's in like John Varvatos, like Oxfords with like a wedge. It was like, wait, hold on. This is a pretty good way to go, opposed to being like impaled by the statue of yourself. It's a nice reminder when something like this happens that sometimes the government works. Like sometimes like it can function. We're used to seeing such a nonsense part of the government, you know, that the one that actually can function and pull off things. It's kind of nice to be like, oh, got it. We don't see that part. Like when you go to the DMV or you try to get like a copy of your birth certificate, you're like, am I inside a GoDaddy? Like, what is this? Like, is this a Squarespace? Like, I'm confused. Like, you would have to pay a ticket and you're like, hold on, what happens if there's like an Iranian dictator with nukes? Is this our A-team? Like, that computer's actually a speaking spell. Like, what is the plan? And you're like, oh no, they don't spend the money on this. It's on the B2s. That's where our taxes go. Like, when they went into Venezuela, America had a weapon that made the security people's eyes and ears bleed. No, it was not my voice. And no one knows what, you're like, oh, got it. They don't spend the big bucks on the talent down at the courthouse. They put it into the invisible bomb that makes your eyeballs fall out. Like that's where, it's just, this is the most grew up in an alcoholic thing I will ever say that like makes war oddly comforting. Is when you're like, oh, like we've got all the things we need. We're all just looking for something like that's a modicum of like competence. Like I've started watching Amish men build barns very quickly. And there's something really, it's my fidget spinner. I don't know what it is. Like, I think that with just feeling so helpless and like, you're like, I just want to watch someone build things with their hands. It like tells your amygdala there are still people out there who can protect you. They won't, but they can, and then you'll promise yourself that you're going to learn how to do stuff, like grow your own food and pickle stuff in case of the apocalypse. You won't, but you will promise yourself that you will. And that is how we're keeping it all together right now. We keep making promises to ourselves that we will not keep, and that is fine. I think it works. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to buy this plot of land. You just keep making plans that you will never execute. I'm going to start doing red light therapy on my face tomorrow. I have the thing. If you think I'm taking it out of the box, I hate your guts. It's just, but I'm going to do it. That's how tiny our wins need to be right now. I think we're all in this like purgatory of, I'm kind of over here trying to live forever, but like, what if we die tomorrow? Like, how do we proceed? That's so us. As soon as you say to a guy, I don't think this is working, all of a sudden they become the best boyfriend ever. You're like, this is, you could have done this whole time. People only try when there's an actual threat. Like the same guys who say America is Rome, we're a falling empire, but here's the pills and the power to snort, to live forever. Promo code live forever, strong for life, stay hard, millionaire mindset. Now, Greenland, just all I ask is that if you talk about the Greenland thing, if I see you at Starbucks or the airport, just don't be like, why is he trying to take? You don't have to like Trump to know that we need it. I'm just saying, make sure before you say this is ridiculous that we're trying to take Greenland, that you wouldn't say the same if Biden did it.
I have a harebrained theory, and it's agnostic of political party. All these global power struggles right now are bigger than Trump and that administration. And seizing Venezuela and seizing Greenland are things that only the craziest president ever would attempt to do. And they've got him in their hands, and now we're doing it.
Look, once you, I think, are a parent, once you've seen horrific death in your life, of which I things get a little clearer, and you stop saying in a perfect world, and you just go, though, this is the world. And you've seen people's nature. And it's like, we say we don't want China to go into Taiwan. Well, if they get all the oil from Venezuela, they can do that. It's sort of like there's things that you want in a perfect world, but you don't realize what needs to be stopped in order for that perfect world to happen. But sometimes the stopping something is preventing an act of aggression that you don't want later, but the stopping seems more aggressive. Or we never know what's been avoided all the time. Like, I was talking to someone, I've been in the CIA a long time ago, and I'm like, just curious, like, because we make fun of you guys and think that you're like monsters who like put messages in our music and stuff, and like are just like like just drug addicts who just like manipulate people and like assassinate our favorite musicians and stuff. And I'm like, so like, what's like, how much do you guys like stop something that could have like been a disaster and like we never hear about? He's like, truly 50 times a day. Like the whack-a-mole that they are playing to keep it, that they never get to tell us. And I'm like, it must be so, it's like when a guy's like, I could have cheated on you and I didn't. And you're like, am I supposed to give you credit for that? Like, but if you keep it to yourself, you're like, I could have cheated and I did. Like, I have to tell someone, you know what I mean? But maybe they don't, But like Greenland people, I don't know what this thing is where people think we're just like steal. It is elements, man. Remember that whole thing we had to memorize in school, the table of periodic table. I don't remember it one bit. And stoichiometry is not where I shine. But it's like we were memorizing all this stuff and just be like, bleh, bleh, bleh. Like that's everything. That's everything. Right? Like Greenland has elements that like make phones work and like airplanes work. It's like, it is a giant island of ice. It's only like 57,000 people live there, which like, that's so funny. It's like, it's a giant island of ice. It's just like all of our like podcasters who are like high performers are just trying to go over there to like dry hump it so they can live forever. Like I'm never going to age. Everyone wants to be Edward Cullen in Twilight. Like, you're 18. How long have you been 18? A long time.
What'd you look like in 2016?
That's so funny. If this is just a sneaky way to get girls to post photos pre-Botox.
It's a bunch of 26-year-olds getting girls to post their high school pics.
Whoever looked amazing in 2016 and amazing now, who's like, yeah, post a photo of you in 2016. Like, brutal. So let's say Venezuela's about oil. Like, Greenland is about the elements that make oil obsolete, right? Like, I think it's safe to say that we don't need Venezuela's oil. Like, it costs us more money to get it, right? This is, by the way, all stuff I've run by my very, very much smarter than me brother. And I say it like I came home. I'm like, yeah. Like, he'll say it to me. He's like, yeah, it costs so much more money to go get that oil. Also, oil's the cheapest it's been in a while. Again, all me plagiarizing my brother, telling me this in a dismissive way. So I'm relaying in a dismissive way to seem like I know way more than I do. But
I was given all this information sarcastically, so...
No, I'm like making my brother explain this to me, which is, look, it's, you really have to spend a lot of time on it to like put the pieces together and just take your ego out of it. Cause it's like, okay, the oil is seized. China immediately starts buying up silver, and no one can sell silver without like a permit in China. And silver is what is used, right, for solar panels. So it's like, I don't know what to tell you. China has 90% of all of our like rare earth elements. What do? Do we let them just have it and see how that goes? It's almost like some of you don't have a scarcity complex. It's almost, you grew up getting dinner. I got it. There wasn't one plate of food put in front of all of you. Mm-hmm. I just realized that was not normal. Put a plate of chicken nuggets down and that was it. Yeah. We all had to lick them. I didn't realize that everyone got their own plate. If you got your own plate, I'm sure you think all this is crazy, but it's just, there's a point where you just go like, the world is a giant smash and grab. And as you get older and you have a child, you start to be like, look, yeah, we need to melt that giant glacier and get all the magnesium and the minerals and that are just 50 vowels in a row. And just because you don't know they have like 50 vowels and like a dash and then a number. I don't know it either. You're just because it's embarrassing to admit you don't know what the minerals are doesn't mean they're not important. They do this on purpose so that we don't talk about it. Okay. Like before I had a kid, I was like, we need to fight for the rights of pigeons because puddles are toxic and they're full of waste. And then you have a kid and you're just like, we're running out of helium. Where's the helium? Not because you need to blow up balloons for a birthday party. It's like helium is used for like welding. Do people know this or am I just, we have the Macy's Day Parade and then this huge helium full of like Paw Patrol motorcycle falls on a kid, snaps their Achilles. They have to go to the hospital, use an MRI machine. They're like, sorry, we're out. The thing that...
Like, is it valuable or is it not valuable?
This is what's tricky about it. It's like, so I would like to get a tortoise. And you have... I love that you're just going...
You're solving...
But you have to put it in your will because it's already going to outlive me by like 50 years. So the idea of planning for a time when you're not going to be alive is not something we do or not something you'll ever really do unless you're a parent. And even then, it's kind of like, they'll fix this by then. We all have like, someone will figure that out. But is someone figuring out helium? Like, is there someone I can speak to? Is there a manager? I just need to know if we have a handle on this or not. I think we all as a society thought we were past like mining. Like we're mining like data now, the idea of like mining minerals. We're like, we don't have that. We're still fighting over rocks. Like it's a weird thing when you think about it. You're like, I thought so all the tech bros in Silicon Valley that are tracking our period didn't figure out how to make a comp for all these minerals that we're fighting over. It's just, there's a giant thing of ice that we all need to fight over. It's too much to take on. I don't think any of us are ready for what is under the earth that we didn't know was there that we need. Do you know what I mean? I don't think any of us are ready for like, a lot of people know about this stuff in this big thing of ice and you don't know about it and we do and you're never going to hear about it. And like, honestly, like I'm just remember when they discovered a fifth ocean and I was like, I'm not taking on a fifth ocean because then I'd have to list the other oceans. Then I have to, wait, there were 4? Like we're back to geology class. We're back to earth science class. And I think a lot of us are just like, wait, I was promised I would never have to say manganese again. I can't take on new species. I can't take on stuff that we learned in 3rd grade that I have forgotten already. It's like I was watching, there was this diver, because you know how obsessed I am with what's at the bottom of the ocean. And this guy said he was down there and he believes there's still a megalodon. Like that megalodons still exist. I get why people shut down what they think is a conspiracy because they just can't envision it. It's like the bugs in the eyelashes. Like that's a conspiracy. I'm going to move on with my day. I can't deal with the bottom of the ocean. All right. The school buses with tails that have a head full of guns. I'm not taking on a megalodon for real. I get it. As soon as someone says we need Greenland because the minerals, I'm like, la, la, la. I got a C- on that test and I don't ever have to hear about that again. All right. But I also think like, it's hard for a lot of people to admit that there are real gangsters in the government. I don't mean like the thugs I mean like that you're never going to meet. They live in Missouri. They live in Ohio. You're never going to meet them. Like it was June 22nd when they sent the B-2 bombers. It was like, no one really fought that. No one seemed to have a problem with that. Like, because it was like so surgical. It went in and it was just like, we saw that B-2 bomber. And if your nipples did not get hard, I cannot help you when you saw that video of that B-2 bomber. I mean, it was just like, no one seemed to have been mad about that at the time. It was like, yeah, Iran funded, trained, and armed Hamas like since the 80s. Like, no, there was no way to be like, why is America meddling with those nukes? You're like, I feel like they knew some stuff we didn't know. That was a good call. I wish Biden had done it, but like, fine. Even Biden said that they were, that Iran was complicit in October 7th, but then again, so was Hunter. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a pro-war person. but I am an anti-bully person. All right. I think there is a point where if you're not going to send me over to Iran to talk to the Ayatollah personally, give me a couple. I can change him. Okay. I can change men with my love. This is where I really shine. But if you're not going to do that because you suck at foreign policy, something has to give. Dude, Iran in the 70s, have you seen these photos of Iran in the 70s? It was like Manhattan without the rats and poop everywhere. It was like Iran in the 70s was like Milan. It was like amazing. I think that when you're in your 20s, you don't care about history. You don't care about anything about yourself. So it took me this long to be like, I've never seen a photo of Iran in the 70s. It looked like that. And then did that. It's important to just go, you know what? We don't see everything. And there are some people in this government that probably don't even care who the president is, frankly. And they don't even talk to him. Like, you guys don't talk to me. Like, you're puppets, you're mascots, you're the prom queen. Like, we don't take you seriously. We're cleaning up a mess that you don't even understand because you spend most of your time speaking at like Goldman Sachs to get paid to get elected. Like, we don't need like the ego of what you do. Like, you know, we build B-2 bombers. Like, you wouldn't understand what we do. That these are people that live like 50 yards under the Denver airport who know so much stuff that we don't know. And no, it's not the Denver airport. If we think it's the Denver airport, then it's obviously somewhere else. But I love that the Denver airport started leaning into it. Like, they say like construction is just like an alien doing construction. Like, it's so funny. Now you're making me think it is here. I wonder if there is just an office building or whatever it is somewhere. It's got to be like a floating submarine in the middle of the sea or something. That's like, you know, the person who's like, all right, we need to pull the trigger on, you know, getting Ayatollah out. How are we going to do whatever it is? And the guy next to him who's just like, okay, so let me know when to start the 2016 trend. You tell me, like, what do you think? Should we cancel Mother Teresa? She was like, what? John Wayne was racist. Like, I got a couple I can.
Should we tell everyone the Pope's going to the Super Bowl?
Trump said Rosie O'Donnell was fat. That one is just a gift that keeps on giving. Like, it just keeps, like, the idea that the dumbest person on earth is right next to the smartest person on earth trying to sync up.
The chemistry is magic.
It's one person's job to send the B-2 bomber or like the nuke, and the other person's job to be like, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are being weird with each other at the Grove in LA. And they're just like right next to each other. They're work wives.
That's how the planet stays balanced.
Is the dress blue or is it gold? You got to take a look at this. The guy's like, dude, I am literally on a drone mission. I'm saving children's lives at the moment. He's like, blue or gold? This is a good one. They're going to love this one. And if you're someone that is thought of as an evil leader right now, Trump, I mean, the best thing you can do is expose even more evil leaders. You know, it's like you're fighting with your guy and you're like, why were you? Well, Johnny full on cheats on Lindsay. And you're like, you know what? Thank you. Like, that worked. Everything is relative. It's a weird time. I went 3 days off news and I came back and we were like at war. I was like, your tolerance will go down too much. If you plan on like drinking a lot at the bachelor party, don't not drink leading up to it.
Train. You have to train.
You have to train. With news, you have to keep your tolerance high. Because when you come back in, it's just going to be like, it's too much.
You're puking at 9:30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like in London for the holiday. I was like, you don't read the news for like 5 days and you come back and it's like, Diddy pardoned by Trump.
Within 6 months of Diddy being released, there will be a white party hosted by Diddy at Trump's new ballroom.
We'll see, man. Okay, I've been rambling too much. Love you guys. Don't ride elephants. Bye.